Speaking of quarterbacks, Vince, I had the opportunities over a number of years to sit in on negotiations for contracts for mine and everything, and at even one point did my own. I always came up on the short end of the stick with the people that were at the negotiating at the Rams at that time, but I felt good about it and all of that. Now, here's a quarterback, and I'm talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson now, his situation, in my opinion now, is becoming a royal mess.
Yes.
A royal mess, Vince, for a guy who was an NFL MVP just a number of years ago. And up until he got hurt this past season, we still saw the dynamics of what this guy brings to the table. Well, suddenly this past week now, Vince, the NFL contacts all NFL teams, and they tell these NFL teams not to negotiate with Lamar Jackson's business partner because his business partner hasn't been certified through the agent certification process that the NFL Players Association has in place. So he can't even negotiate on his behalf. Subsequent to all of that, within the last couple of days, Lamar Jackson has come out and asked for a trade. Now, this situation for a franchise quarterback, in my opinion, is turning into a royal mess.
It's out of control.
And how do you get out of it, Vince? How does both sides get out of this situation?
It's out of control because he's denying the fact that he had his business associate with his equipment, his fitness equipment, negotiating for him. He never admitted he was negotiating for him. That's why they never signed a contract. Lamar has been trying to negotiate on his own behalf. And the only teams that can negotiate with Lamar is Lamar, okay? And so what we have here, Jackie, is
a failure to communicate.
Well, so what happens is, in this situation, when you don't have proper representation, and I think when you have high stakes like this, you need a professional to help you. Don't you agree?
Oh, man.
I mean, we're talking millions of dollars.
Vince, it is just, to me, when I view other occupations, in the realm of sports, outside of the realm of sports, it always amazes me how certain people can get their niche and become the ultimate, become the professional at their niche. Just like you tried to be as a quarterback, me as an offensive lineman. This guy's a contract negotiator.
Right.
He's
a specialist.
He's
Jackie.
a specialist.
And what that provides you, Jackie, is a buffer because hard feelings have developed over time.
Absolutely.
And now you can't say things to the person you're negotiating with, the things you want to say, because he's the actual player.
Right,
like I'm negotiating
like
with.
say, hey, Lamar, you know what? You take off and run, and we appreciate everything. But most quarterbacks that run like you, they're not gonna stay upright very long. They're gonna get hurt, and we don't want to roll the dice of you running around and us losing you and having to pay you another $100 million.
Right.
That's the reason he can say that to an agent. But if you say that to Lamar is gonna want to say, well, I'm pretty good from the pocket as well, and I don't run that much. I mean, I can see, these two opposites diametrically opposed to each other coming to a head and nobody backing down because there's not a mediator.
And what's happened, Jackie, is he rejected the first offer that the Ravens gave him. So they've pulled that offer off the table. When you go into a counter offer in any business, the previous offer is null and void. Okay, so it becomes a new contract. But again, you don't have that professional talking on your behalf. Someone else can typically sell you better than you can sell yourself, Jackie. And I really think that he's making a mistake doing that. And so now the latest thing happened. You saw that the coach, Harbaugh, was at the conference meeting this morning, and he gets a tweet from Lamar that says, I want to be traded. So now, I mean, no one's stepped up to the plate. I mean, he wants commensurate money that they gave Deshaun Watson.
That was a couple $100 million.
He's already been, so what he's got now is they're different quarterbacks. Lamar is more run first, throw second.
Okay, but in Lamar's head, has Deshaun won an NFL MVP?
No, but I understand that. But they're different types of quarterbacks, Jackie. I mean, and when you look at Deshaun Watson when he was playing, and I think he's going to come back to form this year, obviously. But they're different style quarterbacks. And how do you build your team? Lamar was only played out of the last 22 games. He missed 10 games, Jackie. So this longevity, I mean, if I'm going to pay a guaranteed contract for a player, he's almost got to produce for me every game. He can't sit on the sideline. I got to have him on the field producing for me.
So as a caveat to that, Vince, remember there was an NFL sanctioned doctor who on one of the radio shows said that they weren't sure how serious Lamar's injury was, and they thought that he could possibly play, and they included this contract in there as a possible reason why he wasn't.
Wow.
So there's some people that are sitting there saying that the guy didn't play not because he was hurt, but because of his contract negotiating status.
Too much speculation,
which is
Jackie.
another problem.
Yeah, too much speculation.
And I agree with that. It is a lot of speculation.
Yeah.